Okay, good morning, my dear students. So we are about to complete the chapter number 4, that is energy, and one topic is left, that is power. Okay, so we have to discuss the topic power. So let's see here what is actually a power is. And before power, I like to remind you that energy and work is related to each other. Okay, so what is power? Rate of doing work. Rate of doing work is power. Wherever there is a term rate, you have to understand the rate means per unit time. So what is the formula for power? Power is equals to power rate of doing work, means work per unit time, work upon time, that is power. Okay, and always put the value of work in joule and the value of time in seconds. So we will find the value of power. It is in its SI unit, and this work is a scalar quantity, this time is scalar quantity, so the power is scalar quantity. So power is scalar quantity, scalar quantity. And one thing more, SI unit of power is watt. Okay, and I have told you energy and work is related to each other, so we can define power in another way, that uh, rate of which energy is produced or utilized is called power. Okay, suppose, yes, for so we have learned the definition of power, formula for the power, SI unit of the power, and which quantity is this? Scalar quantity, means it has only magnitude, there is no direction. Okay, now another thing, suppose there are two persons. Okay, A and B. Okay, and they are doing same amount of work, means they are lifting the bricks or any activity with same amount of work, they have to do same amount of work. Okay, so the A takes 2 hours and B takes 4 hours. Okay, and amount of work is same, so who has more power? Definitely the A have more power, so he can do work fast in comparison to the this person, B person. Okay, so A has more power. So we can understand with the formula is power is equals to work upon time. So power is directly proportional to work and inversely proportional to the time. The more the work, the more the power. The less the time, the more the power. Means if the amount of work is same but time taken is less, here time taken by the person A is less, so he having more power. Okay, and you have also seen on the electric bulbs, LED bulbs, CFL consumption, means you have seen the 9 watt bulb, 10 watt bulb, 12 watt bulb, 20 watt, 100 watt bulb. Okay, so what you have seen that 9 watt, 12 watt, okay, 100 watt. So what does this thing mean? Means it's say that it is, its unit is what? This 9 watt. What is what? Energy upon time, because energy and work are related to each other. Means which bulb will consume more energy? Tell me which bulb will consume more energy for a unit time. Okay, Mohammad Shadab, Vaishnavi Rao. Okay, Mohammad Shadab, tell me. Yes, please tell me, Mohammad Shadab.
Sir, 100 watt.
100 watt. Okay. Okay, Vaishnavi Rao, you tell me why 100 watt takes more, consume more energy,
So because it has more power.
more power. Okay, good. So we can understand power in two terms: rate of doing work or rate of energy produced or utilized by any object or a body. Okay, so it's all about the power. Okay, I'm giving you a question. Solve it quickly. Force is equals to 20 Newton. Okay, displacement is equals to 100 centimeter, and time equals to 10 seconds. You have to calculate power. Okay, we have to calculate power. Okay, tell me fast. Who has solved? Force is equals to 20 Newton, displacement is equals to 100 centimeter, and time is equals to 10 seconds. We have to calculate power. Okay, Varsha Srivastava. Okay, Varsha. Sorry, I can't hear you properly. Okay, Alina Jafar.
Sir, 10 watt.
10 watt. Okay, let's see here. 10 watt. Okay, anyone else? Mohammed Shadab, what is your answer? Fast. Mohammed Shadab. Okay, he's not responding.
Sir, 10 watt.
Okay, let's see here. What is the answer?
Sir, 10 watt.
Okay. Yes, Vaishnavi, what is your answer?
Sir, same 10 watt.
Okay, let's see here. First, we have to know the formula of power, work upon time. Okay, what is work? Force into displacement. So force is 20 Newton, displacement is 100 centimeter, but we have to put the value in meter. So 100 centimeter is 1 meter. Okay, so work done is equals to force into displacement. Okay, what is force? 20 Newton, and displacement is 1 meter. So 20 joule is work done. I hope till here you have understand to calculate work done. You have understand how to calculate work done. Work done is what? Force into displacement. Force is 20, displacement is 1. So 20 joule is work done. Now power. Work is 20, time is 10 seconds. So power is 2 watt. So what is this? Yes, Nishad Parveen. Yes.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Achha, my voice is not clear. Okay, just a second. Alina Jafar, is my voice is not clear?
Yes, sir, your voice is clear. Maybe
Okay.
she's facing some network issues.
Okay. Nishad, change your location. Means from one room to another room. Maybe there is a network problem due to the rainy season. Okay. So student, I hope you have understand how to calculate power. Okay. In question, there is a directly given work done or energy. So we have to calculate. You don't need to calculate the work done or energy. You just put the formula. But always remember about the SI units. Okay. So here a power is 2 watt. 20 into 1, 20 joule upon 10, 10, 20 upon 10, 2 watt. Okay. Now we will start the chapter sound. Okay. Okay, we will start the chapter sound. So everyone knows how sound is produced. Sound is produced by the vibrating bodies. Okay. And what is sound? We have discussed in the forms of energy. Sound is a form of energy. Okay. So sound cannot travel in vacuum. What is vacuum? Where there is no air. So sound cannot travel in vacuum. First, sound is produced by the vibrating bodies. Sound cannot travel in vacuum. Okay. So there are 3 states of matter, in 3 medium, solid, liquid, and gas. Okay. Solid, liquid, and gas. Okay. Who will tell me in which medium the speed of sound is maximum? Shadab, Alina Zafar. Okay, Shadab, you tell. Shadab, I am unmuting you. You are not answering. Okay, tell me.
In gas.
In gas. Okay. Alina, you tell.
In solid.
Okay, Sukanya, you tell. Yes, Sukanya Mishra. Okay. Who's the next? Akriti Goel. Okay, you tell.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Akriti.
Sir, solid.
Okay. So students, the speed of sound is maximum in solid, okay, and least in gas. So the for increasing order of speed for the medium is the least in gas. I'm arranging in increasing order of the speed of sound in different medium. Then liquid. Okay. Then solid. Okay. So in railway platform, sometimes when you put your ear, don't do this, but there is an experiment when you put your ears on the railway track. It is made up of solid metals. Metal is a solid. Okay, so you can hear the sound of train over 2 kilometers, 1 kilometers. Means if the train is 1 kilometer to come that platform, you can hear the sound of train through putting your ears on a railway track, that metallic track. So it is experimental that the speed of sound is maximum in solid. Okay. Now, when sound travels, means we know when sound travels, the body vibrates. When the body vibrates, it creates a disturbance, and this disturbance is in type of wave. Means when a body vibrates, it's like this. Means the vibrating body create a disturbance along the along its surrounding, and the disturbance is like in waveform. Okay, and this is periodic. You all know about periodic, which repeats in equal interval of time. Okay, now we will understand some common terms used in sound. Now what is the common terms? First, you know about the turning fork. You have know about the turning fork, the jhunjhuna. Okay, so it is like this. Suppose here I am drawing. And there is a bell here. When we shake the turning fork, what happens? It goes here, it goes here, it goes here, it goes here. Okay, remind the concept of simple pendulum. Okay, there is a mean position and there is a two extreme position. There are two extreme positions. One is another side, one is another side. Suppose this is my right side, and this is left side. So when turning forks collide or goes here, extreme position, the sound will produce. Then it will come to this mean position. This is mean position O, this is P, and this is Q. Okay, so there are two extreme positions. I am drawing a wave for this vibrating body, sound producing fork, turning fork. See here. Suppose this is mean position O, means suppose initially the turning fork, this point, this thing is here initially. When we shake, what happens? It goes towards P, means right side, towards P. Suppose it's going here. Okay, and it is the peak point, maximum distance P. Now after reaching point P, what happens? It will come towards O, means it will come towards O. And what happened? The distance between O and P decreases. So this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, now it will move in opposite direction, means left direction. For right direction, I have made a graph upside, means this is positive y-axis, and for left side I am making a graph negative y-axis. So see here, when it goes from O to Q, so O, and the maximum is Q. Here Q. After Q, it will again reach to the point O. So O, okay. So this is point Q and this is point O. So here is one vibration when a body started its vibration and again reach to its initial point. Means it starts vibration from point O, its mean position, and again reach to the point O. This that is called one vibration. Okay. So what is vibration? This is to and fro motion, to and fro motion, to and fro motion about its mean position, because its axis is fixed. Means about this point, this mean position, it will vibrate. Means to and fro about its mean position is called one vibration. Okay, one vibration. And here is graph. And the second term for the sound is amplitude, the maximum displacement of vibrating body from its mean position. So what is the maximum displacement? This O to the P. So this is the amplitude of the vibrating body. So this is amplitude, maximum distance. And we can see also this is amplitude. It is for left direction and it is for right direction. So this is amplitude. Amplitude. Okay. And this for positive V term means it is not in your class. I'm telling you, this point is called creased for positive y-axis, and this is called trough. Okay. Now there are two extreme points, that is P and that is Q. O is the mean point or mean position. When we shake the turning fork, what happened? It vibrates. First it goes towards the P, then returns towards O, then it goes to the another direction, means left direction Q. Again it goes to the O, means it started motion from O and again reaches to the point O. So it takes one vibration. Now another term is frequency, the number of vibration produced by a vibrating body in 1 second. Suppose the body is vibrating, okay, and this is one vibration. I'm erasing this. This is one vibration. And one thing more before frequency, when you hear sound or music in a mobile MP3 player, you see like this graph. When the sound or loudness of sound means sometimes peak reaches, so it goes like this. Then if the sound music is low, it goes like this. Again sound reaches low, like this. So there are two types of sound, okay, this one and this one. This is A and this is B. Okay, for B amplitude is high. For B amplitude is high. So for B we can say the loudness of sound is maximum in comparison to this A. I'm giving you two graphs for the A and B. For A the amplitude is this much and for B amplitude is this much. So for B the loudness of sound is maximum in comparison to A. Okay. Now, what is I'm discussing? Frequency. Yes. Frequency is the number of vibration in 1 second. Okay. This is one vibration. This is two vibration. This is three. And this is four. Suppose four vibration takes place in 1 second. So what is the frequency of this vibrating body? 4. So frequency is number of vibration upon time. Okay, let's solve a simple question. Suppose a body vibrates 200 times in 10 seconds. So what is the frequency? 200 times in 10 seconds. So what is the frequency? Okay, only two students. Okay, Varsha Srivastav, you tell. Where is Varsha Srivastav? Yeah, Varsha Srivastav. Tell me. Sorry? 10. Okay. 20. Okay, see here. What we have to do, I have said 200 vibration, okay, in 10 seconds. So what is the frequency? Frequency is number of vibration 200, time is 10, so 20, and SI unit of frequency is hertz. Okay, so the frequency of this body is 20 hertz, and the multiples of the hertz is 1 kilohertz is equals to 1000 hertz. This is the simple thing you have already learned in kilogram, means multiples and some multiples of the units. Okay, the rest of you please lower your hand. Okay. And now the second term is time period. It is just reverse of or we can say reciprocal of the frequency. Time period is the time in which vibrating body completes one vibration is called time period. Okay. Suppose a vibrating body one, two, three. Okay. It completes three vibration in 1 second. And what is time period? How much time it takes for one vibration? So can you tell me what is time period? What is time period for this vibrating body? time period. After you tell the answer, I will tell you the formula. Okay, can you tell me? See, time period is how much time it takes for one vibration. For this much, it takes 1 second. So for one vibration, how much time it will take? For 3 vibration, it takes 1 second. Okay, Vaishnavi.
1/3 seconds.
Okay, Alina, you tell.
Sir, 1/3 of 1 second.
1/3 of 1 second. Okay, Shadab. Okay, Nishat.
Sir, 1/3 of 1.
Yes,
sir.
Nishat.
It's
What is
same.
your
1/3 of.
Okay, very good. So you have understand. So the formula for the time period is time, total time taken, and total number of vibration. So here I have told you 3 vibration in 1 second. So time period is time period. What is total time? 1 second. How many vibration? 1/3. And its unit for time period is second. So time period is 1/3 second. If I told you a vibrating body vibrates 500 times in 60 seconds. So what is the time period? 500 times in 60 seconds. So what is the time period? Yes, Alina.
3/25 seconds.
3/25. Okay, Manjeet, what is your answer? You're not responding and raise
Sir,
hand.
3/25 second.
Okay, okay. Okay, so let's see here. Formula, total time, number of vibration, 500. Simple math, 0, 0 cancel. Okay, 6/50. Both are even. 2 3 is 6, 225 is 50. So 3/20, and with unit 3 second. 3/25 second. Okay, and we can define time period is. I have told you it is the reciprocal of frequency. So time period is 1/frequency. T for time period, F for frequency, small f. So time period is reciprocal of frequency, or we can see frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Okay. When we multiply both time period and frequency, we will get 1, because we have studied in mathematics. When we multiply two reciprocal number, means 5 and 1/5, what we will get? 1. Okay. Now, so can we hear all vibrating sound? All vibrating bodies means some vibrating bodies produce less frequency, some produce high frequency. So what about human beings? The sound is categorized in 3 categories. Okay, so for human being, we can hear sound at frequency 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Okay, and this range is called sound vibration or sonic vibration. And if the frequency of sound is less than 20 hertz, it is called infrasonic. Okay, and if the frequency is greater than 20,000 hertz, it is called ultrasonic vibration. Okay, now so bats, we all know about the bats. They can't see in daytime. So how they prey, means how they hunt their insects, means their prey, and eat. They get their food. So what happens? Suppose this is a bat. Okay. So its sound range is from 50 hertz to 80,000. 50 hertz to 80,000 hertz. Okay, it can hear. So what happens? Suppose there is an insect A and B. Okay, so it produces ultrasonic sound. Okay, and the infrasonic sound. And the infrasonic sound is can't be heard by us. Means if we are in our houses and bat produce the sound range, we can't hear it. So what happens? The sound goes and strike to the insect, and it will reflect. The sound reflect Okay. And again he produce sound, the sound reflect. So by their ear they can perceive that how much distance means how much distance their prey from themselves. Means suppose this is 5 meter, this is 7 meter. Okay, so they can understand for how much distance they can travel and they can get their prey for their survival, for their food. Okay, so nature has met nature, God has made this creatures like this. They, so if they can't see in daytime, so they can use their other sense organs for their survival, means for their food and other things. Okay, now dolphin also use the ultrasonic range of sound to get their prey. Means in water they release the sound, means the sound is in ultrasonic range, and if there is a prey, if there is a small fish, or if there is another aquatic animals, so the sound will reflect to their ears and they can understand for how much distance they have to travel for their food. Okay, now if you have any doubt you can ask anything, or you can ask me later on WhatsApp or calls. Okay, no doubt. Okay, I'm giving you a question, solve it. It is your homework. Okay, work is equals to force into displacement, and displacement is the shortest distance between the 2 points. Okay, I have solved means I have given this question to the class 8D yesterday, but if no, somebody has don't know or able to solve, solve me and send me on my WhatsApp. Okay, there is a block and we are applying force in this direction, and there this is the square A, B, C, D. Okay, and this we apply 10 Newton force, and the displacement of this block is here from A to C. Okay, and the side of square is 5 meter. No, not 5 meter. Take 10 meter. Okay, this is a square A, B, C, D. Side is 10 meter. 10 meter means all the side will be 10 meter. Okay, so a man is moving this block from point A, means from point A to point C, and you have to calculate the work done for moving this block from point A to point C. This is your homework. And I'm telling you, you have to use mathematics for solving this question, geometry section. Okay, thank you everyone.